President Tinubu declares death for all northern governors officials that are budgeting for bandits, for terrorists, for Fulani Boko Harams. Let me tell you, a red line must be drawn. Because how is it possible that Zamfara State Governor, Sokoto State Governor, Katsina State Governor are including Boko Haram in their own national budget? And you want to end it? No way. The North must tell us where they belong and what their intention is in this contraption. Yesterday, President Tinubu released an emergency communique that war has been declared against every northern insurgent. Similarly, he advised the South. He said, I am not stopping you from creating state police. He told the Middle Belters, I am not stopping you from creating state police. And at this stage, I know that the senators cannot stop it. I know that Akpabio will not be unfortunate to say that I object state police. However, I want to call all my viewers and subscribers, pay attention to the Senate. You will see what the northern senators will come up with. Sure, they said that they should not withdraw VIP police from them. Who was the first person to cry out? Wamako. Senator Wamako, former governor of Sokoto State, came out and started crying. And why would Tinubu say that they should withdraw VIP police? They want to endanger our life? The same Wamako, I will be on his trail. I will be monitoring his support or antagonization of state police. I will be here and I will bring that story to you. You see, Nigeria, as it were, is now taking the real shape of what the people really want. Tinubu, whom so many of us do not like, unfortunately, has appeared to be one man that seems to have the boldness. No president has come out to tell people to create state police. No president. If you think I am promoting Tinubu, it is your problem. I don't give a damn. If you know me on this channel, you will know that I have always said that the first thing Nigeria must have before we can say we want to move towards true federalism, true regionalism, anything at all, the first thing is we must have security of lives and properties. And for us to genuinely have that, we must have something that is called state policing. State policing will only consist of the indigenes of that state. We cannot have an Igbo man to come and become a state police in Oyo if you have not naturalized, if you have not become an indigene of that. Yes, you can become a citizen of Oyo State. An Igbo man who has stayed there for 10 to 15 years, has married, has lived there for many years, he has properties there, he will not want to sabotage the land. He wouldn't. But in a situation whereby a Yoruba man, as a police officer, you join the police in Oyo, they now transferred you to Imo. You know that you spent 2 or 3 years there. You have nothing linked, nothing attached, nothing, actually pulls your sentiments and love to that state. You just want to go and exploit them. That is what we have been. That is the misgiving of this federal police. That is the misgivings. Because in some cases, you see that an Aboki man will be the DPO of Lagos State Police in a particular place. That man, that Aboki does not have anything spectacular. He has no emotional attachment to that place. There's nothing like Nigeria identity. So he wouldn't mind. Anything he does it. You know that within 2-3 years, they will transfer him. He's gone. He has gone back to his town. What Tinubu has done is a lovely initiative and it must be welcomed. Today, we will begin to know if truly the Southerners, the Southern leaders, our own enemies. In fact, I am hungry this morning, as well I am scared. Why? Because bandits leader don't enter my village in Shaki. I pray for my younger ones over there. I have spoken with some of them. You guys should stay safe. I mean, we cannot tell everybody to come to where I am in Ogun State. We cannot tell everybody to come to where my other brothers are in Lagos. They must, we have told them, move to Ibadan, move to the cities. Imagine, Shaki, that I usually come here and cry every day that Shaki, I can literally walk from Shaki into some parts of Kwara. I am telling you, there's a shortcut that you can follow Shaki to Kwara. Within 1 hour, you're in Kwara State. And Shaki is in Northern Oyo. And yet, the Northern leaders are there putting into their budget, telling Tinubu that, Tinubu, you must budget for bandits. God forbid. God forbid. The likes of Shegumi. They've arrested Tuko, one of Shegumi's aides, that was caught pants down with 50 million naira ransom. That is his own share from ransom that was paid for that Abuja Kaduna kidnapping that happened. Is in 2021. Most of those bandits that were arrested have been released though. They did not return the money. So you can see what the North are doing. Now they sponsor them. No wonder they see, these Northern leaders will tell us that, oh, we cannot sponsor state police. I beg, to sponsor state police in Zamfara per annum, you cannot spend more than 1 billion. Let's say in Zamfara, you employ 1,000 state police officers. Or in most cases, you employ 2,000. Private citizens will contribute towards their security sovereignty fund. Yes, the government itself will be able to allocate nothing less than 3 to 4 billion into the purse to pay salaries and to equip them. But what we see is that that same governor would come out and cry, we don't have money to sponsor bandit and to sponsor state police. However, when they kidnap 2 or 3 children, they kidnap 50 citizens, the bandits will tell you that each person is 50 million. When you kidnap 50, that's 250 million. And they can do that twice in a month. They can do that maybe 10 times to 20 times in a year. You do the calculation. 250 million times 10, that's 2.5 billion. You see, the agenda is very clear. I mean, now my eye don't clear. I don't see and say these things. Some Northern governors hate. Most of them are sympathetic. So it took the Southern governors to rise up, unite for a state police bill to be passed. How did we end up with people who are scavengers and vultures? These people are vampires sucking on us. I have never seen something like this before in my life. You are the bereaved, but now they cry pass. Jesus. You are the one wearing the shoe. I am the one shouting, he dey pinch me, he dey pinch me. No. You are telling Tinubu to start budgeting for bandits. Oh, may God bless Tinubu for declaring national emergency and death penalty for every Northern government official that are sympathetic to this element. I repeat, may God bless him. This man never do well, but this one where you do is the right way to go. Nobody, see, Obi no go talk shishi. And my principal, he no go say he's against state police. I dey look article with one eye. I dey monitor him. I want to see what he go talk. I dey watch. When the state police finally happen, oh, Ungbanu, people that don't see what happen for Port Harcourt, abi? Where Asawana boys, you saw what they did. Asawana. Bandits were shouting, Allah Akbar. Then they were shouting, Asawana, Asa, Asawana, Pwa, Pwa, Asa. Tell me you not see him. 15 bandits enter creek. They don't come out, or they turn them to barbecue. I did a video. I cannot post it. The images are too gory. Too gory. Young boys, if you see the weapons, but those ones, they don't shack or go. Those ones are always ready to battle. People will be say their mind know the rest. As I want a boy will be say their mind know the rest. They won't fight every day. And let me use this opportunity to also call on my Southwestern brothers. Because they are now in Shaki. Shaki to Isenyi is less than 1 hour. Isenyi to Moniya is less than 2 hours, 3 hours. From Moniya to Ibadan, it's not up to 30 minutes. From Ibadan to Lagos, it's not more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. What are we saying? What are we dragging? State police is what we must very, very quickly adopt, work with. If our state governors are maybe foot dragging on this issue of state police, we will have to start cursing them. We must begin to curse them. Because we will not allow the bandits to come and influence our own thugs. Our own boys who are ordinarily, so we must not allow them to corrupt our own sons, wherein our sons will not start joining. No, God forbid. Because in the Yoruba land, some areas are easy targets. Yes. I have to tell you that Shaki is an easy target because Shaki, we have so many Muslims radicals there. My village, there are so many Muslim radicals. If you go to Oshun, Iwo, fertile ground. Iwo, no. Iwo State is a fertile ground. We must be very careful. I have seen Gani Adams in the recent time talking about this. We must stop demonizing Sunday Igboho. Because when you want to create state police, these people must be factored in. Vigilante members will be recruited into state police. Forest rangers, some vigilante groups will be recruited. Some boys that are, tout. Okay? Some boys that are just normal boys in the area that I will say Efualo. Some of them will be given an opportunity. They will be reformed. They will be rehabilitated. When they pay them well, nothing will happen. We are good to go. Because they will be properly profiled. They won't just give them go and take. No. They wouldn't just do that. When we had the OPC, the OPC members didn't just start having the issues to start going around saying this. No. Look at the Amotekun that we have in Southwest. Will Amotekun suddenly turn to armed robbers? Amotekun has been in existence for nothing less than 4 or 5 years now. How many incidents have you seen Amotekun where they have been accused of robbery, of masterminding robbery? No. So that issue make them deader. Make them deader. If they do not care about state police, that is their own cup of tea. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Any terrorist that we catch in the Southwest when we have state police, Tinubu don't give the order now. Buy them, Naim. Now to buy them. No time to see. Asawana boys don't get time. Asawana boys do not have time. Immediately they don't mop them out. You know those boys that were dealt with, brutally dealt with in Rivers State. 17 of those boys. You know that if they had caught those guys, submitted them to Nigerian police or Nigerian army, they will take them to the court. At the end of the day, the court will give them 20 years in prison. Not be waiting at the social media, they cry up and down for Senate now. Is that not what he's crying for right now, bitterly? Like, you are unprovoked, you came to come and terrorize me. In some cases, you might have gone down some of my fellow indigenes. They will successfully capture you. The law of the land says anybody in the act of terrorism should be fined or life imprisonment. You now said 20 years. Based on what I don't know. I cannot wait. Oh boy, I cannot wait for state police. So I cannot wait. Some of us can join state police. I'm telling you. Some of us can join state police. 500 of them were inside trailer. They caught them. These people are more, you see, the earlier the better.
Don't touch terrorists. Don't touch them. They are our children. Don't touch them. In fact, one of them went as far as saying, budget for them. In what country? What the hell is this? Budget for them, as recently happened. So we can't allow this sort of behavior to continue in this country. Government must live up to its responsibility. Go after terrorists, go after kidnappers, go after any kind of violent criminals. What we have in my area, South, it's peculiar to us. We don't have anything near what we are witnessing in North Central, North East, and the rest of them. And Northwest. No. We have.
Okay, your time is up.
All right. Thank you, honorable colleagues. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Can I sit down?
Yeah, just 1 minute so they can round up.
All right. Well, so in the South, we don't have anything near what we are seeing in Northwest, Northeast, North Central. But we have our own, peculiar incidents of criminality. These are, of course, no society is entirely, totally crime-free. To that extent, we have, we deal with issue of criminality, but not anywhere near what we are facing. And this
Honorable Judge, get ready.
It capable of bringing this country down. So that is why we're all concerned. We share your concern. But in expressing your concern, don't mischaracterize. When you see criminality, call it by its name. Yesterday, I was talking about calling a spade a spade. Don't call terrorism banditry. No. So I want to thank all of you for this small moment I've got. Thank you.
Thank you. We have succeeded in going through all the regions, the leaders.
Mr. President, I very much believe that we can do it, and we must do it. Finally, Mr. President, I'm afraid I have to disagree with the idea of withdrawing police to BIPs. That is going to put another danger, because the BIPs are going to be the next target, and the government will come back and revert the policy. You see, Mr. President, the number of military attached to retired generals, there are too many. Let's do something there as well. Not only the BIPs, because there are also BIPs. President, like I said earlier, we need to get our act together and see what best can be done to secure our country. Our people have suffered a lot, and they are still suffering. We are living under fear. And action in the last few days is even increasing that fear. Those of our schools, boarding school, it doesn't make good image of us. We should not submit to this bandit. Instead, they should submit to the power of government and governors. Mr. President, I so submit. Thank you.
I've been looking at the security situation more carefully. I've seen civilian JTF, or what you call it, to react to the security challenges. Find so many creative ways you people have been going to protect the neighborhood and communities around you. And that has provoked my thinking about, state police. Again, politics apart, we can discuss with the National Assembly leadership to really, look at critical path to that again, and see how we can eliminate or those political alliances out of a state police that will be indigenous to the community and provide the additional safety buffer and effectiveness in the area. We have to look at it collectively together.